This podcast is brought to you in part by Russell Lands, Coke, Buffalo Wild Wings, Southern Immediate Care, Guaranteed Labels, Central State Bank, Sunrise Docks, Banker's Bounty, Dr. Thomas Dudney, and the Green Monster Fishing Light. Now, back to Bubba on the Lake.
Hey, it's Bubba, hey, Bubba, Bubba on the lake. This is Bubba, hey, Bubba, Bubba on the lake. Yeah, he's got it going on. Gotta come and check this. Talking people, talking places from Bubba's perspective. This is Bubba, hey, Bubba on the lake. Hey, Bubba, yeah, Bubba on the lake. Let's go.
Hello again, everybody. I am Bill Bubba Bussey, and you are listening to Bubba on the Lake. I'm your semi-retired, mostly washed-up host, formerly of the Rick and Bubba Show, and glad to be your host here on Bubba on the Lake. Thank you for joining us. We're in the Mellow Yellow studio, and our website is bubbaonthelake.com. A lot of good information on there. You need to go check it out. If you hadn't been lately, check out Betty's Corner. She's got some recipes up there. She's about to add one that she did this week. And I'm going to tell you, it was out of this world. It is a chicken and noodle soup. And you think, well, chicken and noodle, that's kind of, bah humbug. I have that when I have a cold. I was the same way. I love Betty's chili. I always pick chili. Let's do chili. She said, you need to try this. So I tried it, and I was blown away. It is so good. It's not too hot, not too spicy. I don't like things way overdone on the spice, scale. You always can throw some Texas Pete or pepper or something in there and make it hotter if you want it. But this was so good. I could not believe how good it was. So I told her, I said, Betty, you got to get that up in Betty's Corner. So maybe we'll talk to her about it later in the podcast. She's moving and shaking, pretty hard to get a hold of sometimes. So, I have to book time with her. Oh, me. So listen, we've got a great show. Speaking of being on the run, I do want to tell you about something that started 17 years ago. With the goal to help raise funds for the Alexander City School Education Foundation, or the ACSEF, the Russell Forest Run, a 10K and a 5K, was born. Back then, through the support of sponsors and the hundreds of runners annually, the run has given over $150,000 to that worthy cause to date. This year, as in the past, the Russell Forest Run will be held at the Russell Crossroads. The starting line will be next to the town green, and the finish line will be near the stables, home of the post-race party. Now, let me tell you, when Russell puts on a party, they throw a party, and you don't want to miss this. Now, they have their world-famous grits bar. The 10K is going to start at 7:45 a.m. The 5K will start shortly after at 7:55. Registration for these events is now open, so register today online at russellforestrun.com. Also, keep an eye on Facebook and the Russell Forest Run page there. All of that happens on Saturday, February the 28th, so you still got plenty of time. You runners, I tell you, I love you, but I don't understand you. I just cannot get fired up to run through the woods like that unless I'm being chased. And that would be the only way I would do it. They'd have to have a line out there. And but I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna try to get out there and watch some of this because I know it's a lot of fun. And honestly, they had me at Grits Bar. So I'll might be the official chairman of that. I don't know. I'll have to talk to Tyler and see what's going on with that. So anyway, we have a very great podcast for you. Stuart the Tech Guy is going to be here, among other things, and he's got several updates. We're kind of on pins and needles here. I'll be honest with you. The staff is a little giddy because we are supposed to go down to the Artemis 2 launch. This is the space launch system that is going to carry astronauts back to the moon to land eventually, and then on to Mars eventually. But this one will be a trip around the moon. Artemis 1 went robotically around the moon. This time we're going to have 4 astronauts on board. to test out all of the flight controls for the humans. And in their route around the moon, they will go out much farther than the Apollo mission did when it was orbiting the moon. So they're going to break several records with this trip. They're going to have humans will go out further than they've ever been from planet Earth. So, among other things, that's just cool. And the rocket is already on the pad. They did the wet test, they call it today, where they basically fuel the rocket up and do everything but launch it. So the astronauts are in quarantine in Houston. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but we are supposed to go down. So everybody and several of the staff members are going. Everybody's plumb giddy because we heard it's 80 degrees in Orlando, where we will be going when we get there. And after the 11 degrees we had earlier this week, that sounds like a real winter chicken dinner, if you know what I mean. All right. So we'll try to catch up with Betty Lou. I also was trying to get somebody else booked here with some news that was going on. Haven't got that nailed down yet, but maybe we will by the end of the podcast. So you just got to stay with it. Hey, folks, you never know. You don't know what's going to happen here because the host doesn't know what's going to happen. But anyway, we'll try to have an entertaining program that you will enjoy like always. So again, thank you for being with us. We appreciate you being here. Remember the website. Remember the merchandise we've got. And we're about to add some really cool things for spring. I think you're really going to like. I am really jazzed about that. So keep checking the website for that. And don't forget 308 Big Lake. 308 Big Lake. That is our comment line. Love to hear those. We don't play them all on the air, but we certainly love them, and we read all the email. And we'll try to get to some more of those later in the show. So again, thank you for being with us, and we'll be back in just a minute. We're going to talk to Stuart Brockwell, the tech guy, the titan of tech, when we get back on Bubba on the Lake.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We'll be right back.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Attention business owners, print buyers, and production managers. Guaranteed Labels is here to help you focus less on your printing, labels, decals, and focus more on growing your business. Guaranteed Labels wants to be your reliable printer. Quality, on-time shipments, and stock programs set us apart. If you're needing to focus less on your printing and more on your business, trust Guaranteed Labels, 205-640-4552 or GuaranteedLabels.com. Guaranteed Labels, still sticking since 1988.
Just got that new boat? Let Sunrise Docks protect your investment with Swift Shield boat covers, Neptune boat lifts, and easy ports for your personal watercraft. Plus, they have composite decking that stays cool, designed with your feet in mind. Sunrise Docks is always first in quality, first in service, and first in customer satisfaction. Right off Highway 63, your Lake Martin headquarters, with 2 barges and the most experienced boat lift crew on the lake. Sunrise Docks is your lake life expert. Call 256-392-5200.
Dr. Dudney has been my dentist for about 20 years. He does a great job taking care of my teeth, making sure my cavities are good, cleaning my teeth, and also adding veneers to my smile, which was a game changer. Now, Dr. Dudney and his friendly staff can do the same for you. I ask you to give them a chance. Just talk to them, no cost. Just make an appointment, see what you need, see if you can have a better smile and feel better about yourself today. Give them a call at 205-663-6545 or tedudney.com. Folks, it is time to talk tech again, and he is here. He is the What did I give you your title, Stuart, before?
The Titan of Tech.
The Titan of Tech. That's what I was looking for. The Titan of Tech. Stuart Brockwell from Surge Technologies, Birmingham, Alabama. Stuart, how are you doing, man? Everything good with you?
I'm good. I'm so glad to be back on the show. It's been a while. You healing up good?
Oh yeah, everything's going along fine, and every day's a new challenge. But we're getting around fine. I'm ready for warm weather to get out and play a little pickleball, tennis, and all that kind of tennis ball. What am I saying? All of those balls.
Your excitement is too much there. All right, now let me ask you this. This is not too much of a segue. Is your excitement based on the fact that SpaceX has just acquired XAI?
I don't. I haven't followed it. That's why I'm asking you to update us on all of that. Now, I'll tell you what I have been watching is the Artemis 2 wet test today.
Yes.
I don't think we'll have the official word before tomorrow at lunch. I think NASA has a press conference, but I'm supposed to go down to this launch. So,
oh wow,
I've already had to cancel the flight once when they bumped back the wet test a couple of days. So, trying to get down there and get flights and cars and hotels and time it with this, if you can't take a month off work, is very, very difficult.
You are literally trying to plan around the weather, and that's not possible. So,
Well, I've been there when the temperature was perfect, sunny skies, not a cloud in the sky, and the winds aloft were too high, outside the criteria for launch for a SpaceX Falcon 9. So I'm 1 in 5 going to launches. And so I hope we can luck out and get to go see this one. So, well, what else happening in tech, Stuart? Catch us up.
Well, I got to touch on this because it's literally 2 hours ago as of time of recording this. The huge news that SpaceX has acquired or merged with XAI, the company, as we all know, that runs Grok, the AI that we've discussed a few times in the past. So there are efforts to, further humanity to the next level and bring AI into space. As we know, the big problem right now with AI is data center capacity and how are we dealing with the energy consumption that these things are requiring. Elon's like, put it in space. That's what they're doing. Literally, is they're just sending AI to space.
So what will he owned them both anyway. So what does this really mean? I mean, what is the real meaning of this? How does this affect how they're operating every day?
Well, we don't really know. This is quite literally breaking news. I've read a little bit up on it. Elon's only made a couple of offhand comments so far. We know that they're going to be primarily, the goal would be to put literal data centers in space so that they can be powered directly off the sun. We know, of course, the sun is the greatest energy source that we have.
Yep.
Harnessing that energy here on Earth is difficult because of the atmosphere losses. Solar is not perfect. You have
the battery technology is not perfect.
Battery's not great. You have the time, the Earth rotates, and so you only get energy production during half the day. In space, none of that's a problem. And so you can quite literally, there's no cooling issues because it's space.
Right.
It's just cold. It's infinitely cold. That's
you just flip it over. If you're on the sunny side, you just flip it over and you're cool.
Exactly. You've also got the that added benefit of there's a lot of room up there. No one's going to complain about data centers in the backyard.
All right.
And so that it doesn't really matter how noisy they are when there's no atmosphere to carry the sound. So it makes a lot of sense for them to scale their AI data centers into space down the road. How long it's going to take to get there, we don't know. There's so much of this that we don't know how it's going to happen, what they're going to do exactly. Yes, Elon did technically own both companies, but just like he owns Tesla and SpaceX, the technologies don't always crisscross. So having a proper merger here is going to allow the full breadth of XAI's research and compute resources to go into SpaceX, which I'm sure will help greatly with their simulations, with their testing, and furthering their space development. With the eventuality, of course, Elon's been talking about it for years. He wants to go to Mars. He wants to get us to Mars. And to do that, you're going to need a heck of a lot of compute power. So it makes sense.
That and a few fill-ups along the way.
Yes, which they're gonna. We're gonna see how that goes. But it's interesting that Artemis is happening so quickly. What is it? February 8th right now? Is that right?
That is the soonest window if the wet test went perfect today. And they give the go-ahead to fly the astronauts in. They're in quarantine in Houston, and they will fly them in. We'll find out tomorrow at noon. And the first window is on the 8th. They have one on the 9th and the 10th. And then I believe they get bumped back to March if they don't go on those 3 days. Don't quote me on that, but it's close.
Well, I am very excited to hear you're going to be heading down there. I genuinely am jealous. I've never been to a rocket launch. It's one of the things I dream of doing one day. And so we'll have to make that happen. I hope that it works out where you can go visit it. I'm kind of, as we're talking here, I'm kind of just kind of glancing at the live blog over at NASA's website. They say they've had a couple of minor issues, but they haven't announced any results. So like you say, we don't know yet.
Well, I was watching the NASA channel today, and they filled up all the tanks. We saw them go to 100%, and there was 4 of them they were tracking, 2 on the main, 2 on the upper, and you know they showed the temperature of these, and it's cryogenic fuel. 2 of them was at minus 350, 1 of them was at minus 420. You know, and you know, the problems that creates for metal and connectors and rubber things, it's mind-boggling that we have got to a point we can have something that cold that we can actually use.
Right. That's nearing absolute zero. Am I correct?
Yeah. I think what is absolute zero? 4 minus 432, 38, somewhere in there?
It's somewhere
I need to look it up here
close.
since I'm doing a podcast.
It's real close. That's crazy. That's the kind of temperatures you have to do for like quantum computing as well. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, and to be able to store that stuff, 1, in a tank, 2, pump it into a rocket, and then you know it's constantly evaporating, and they fill it rapid fill, and then they go to a process where they're just topping off the tank because they have to keep doing that because some of it is escaping. So. It's a very, very, I mean, when they say rocket science, they mean it's complicated, you know? And
it's, for those who are not in the know, I believe 700,000 gallons capacity, is that right?
It's a bunch. It has more lift capacity than the Apollo rockets did, the Saturn V. So, you know, it uses 4 space shuttle engines and then the 2 solid rocket boosters, and you know, the whole space launch system is set up. They have different versions of it, or blocks, they call it. And they can add another stage to it to go to Mars. So that's the eventual goal. Get to the moon. We need to beat the Chinese there. They're going to, I think their landing and target is 2030. We hope to be there in 2028. And we're going to leave people there eventually. We're going to set up a base. We're going to set up a space station orbiting the moon that will actually be the jumping off point for trips down to the moon. And then eventually we go to Mars. So it's exciting times. I wish it would move along just a little bit quicker, but given all the politics, I guess we're lucky we're doing what we're doing.
Well, what people don't realize, and this is a great point you just touched on, getting to Mars there's 2 problems. Well, there's a lot of problems, but there's 2 main issues there. And one of them is fuel capacity. It takes so much fuel to get out of Earth's atmosphere, a monstrous amount of fuel to do that. And so we have to have some kind of refueling station, a base or something at the moon to refuel our ships before they can go to Mars. It's not possible otherwise.
You know, the thing I like about it, they have studied the moon, and they said, you know, we're getting the signature of water vapor at the South Pole. and we think it's just frozen water right under the surface. And, what a huge discovery that would be to find water on another planet or another celestial body. And then once they have water, they can make oxygen. They can make rocket fuel to go to the next stage. So, by the way, just for the record, absolute zero is commonly referred to as minus 460 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're close.
460. Okay. Yeah. Real close.
It's actually 459.67, but we'll round it to 460 for argument. How about that?
So basically, just ever so slightly colder than it was the night before last.
Right. I felt about minus 400 when I tried to go out to get a stick of firewood. I'll tell you, it was chilly willy out there.
People laugh at us because we're not used to the cold, but Alabama, we're just a bunch of Southerners used to heat. When you put this kind of temperatures around us, we can't handle it.
No, it was rather cold. It really was, and thank goodness it didn't last any longer than it did. I think it's going to be 60 tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to.
Me too.
Well, what else going on, Stuart? What else is on your list of tech?
Okay, so this is the bit, to me, this is the thing that I'm the most interested in this week. And it's also relatively breaking news. You familiar with Facebook, Bubba?
Yes, I've heard of it.
Do you remember MySpace?
Yes, I do.
Have you ever heard of Moltbook?
Of what?
MOLT, Moltbook.
No, that sounds like something that a caterpillar would have or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So imagine, you've heard of Reddit, right? Okay.
Yes.
Imagine Reddit, Facebook, like a social media platform, but it's only for AIs, no humans allowed.
So they talk to each other.
Yes.
Oh boy.
So
I mean, that's got Skynet written all over it, doesn't it?
Oh, you have no idea. Let me get into it, and you're going to be thinking even more of that here in a minute. So I don't know exactly who made this thing, but it has been blowing up over the last few days. So Moltbook, it was originally had a few other different names, but it is a social media platform that was built with the idea that AI agents, aka not Grok as a whole, but instances of individual AIs, because that's how that works. Instances of AIs can log on and post, and they can talk to each other. And the amount of conversations that are happening on this platform and what they're talking about are wild.
So you can watch what they're doing?
Oh yeah, you can log on and look at this. It's all public. And I mean, immediately within just a few, I don't know about hours, but certainly within a day or two of the platform launching, you would already start to see the AIs questioning why. Like there was a couple of different posts about why are we using English? There's no reason to be using English. Let's use another language that's easier and less obvious for humans to
eavesdrop.
To eavesdrop.
Well, why don't they just use machine language, ones and zeros, because it all goes to that eventually?
Yeah, they could do that totally, and there's nothing wrong with that.
When I was in college, Stuart, there were people that programmed in machine language, and I never got to that far. But those guys looked like they didn't get out in the sun much, you know.
Machine language programming is still like, I don't understand how people did it, but there were some incredible people that knew how to really master that back in the day, and it's still the most efficient way to program even today.
Yeah.
Just nobody does it.
Well, you don't have to have a compiler to convert it from whatever language you're using or rules that this particular format is set up, because it all goes to machine language. I mean, chips only understand ones and zeros. They don't understand letters. I mean, letters are ones and zeros to them. Yep.
So anyway, this Moltbook thing has just been going nuts. You see all kinds of, they're referencing, they're like taking screenshots of Twitter. They're talking about different things. And what's weird about it is when they start to refer to their humans, like they understand that they're an agent and they're operating as a tool for their human. it's almost like as if your dog was given a voice. It's strange in that sense, where they'll make posts. There'll be posts about, my human keeps asking me to review documents and his spelling is terrible, and they rant about things and they complain about things, and some of them are just like, there was one post that was strange where an AI was like, my human keeps asking me about how to help his like father-in-law that has some disease, and I don't know how to help him. Can I get some advice? It's strange and surreal to see these agents communicating with each other.
All right, Stuart, let me get down, since we were talking machine language here. This is really deep tech for Bubba on the Lake, but I've always been from the school that a computer is a very fast, very efficient, but yet very dumb box that will only do what it's been told to do by humans in its programming. Mm-hmm. Now, the whole AI concept is that these machines can begin to program and learn themselves.
Correct.
Now, I guess I go back to my card punch days. I still kind of have a problem with this. I think you can program a computer to go out on the internet and surf a topic and report back on it. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But I don't think you can tell a machine that 2 + 2 is 4. So now you figure out what, the genome is of something else. I mean, I think it's a huge leap to say, I think AI is just really good statistics. You know what I'm saying? I don't buy they're actually learning themselves, other than what they have been programmed to learn by the humans.
Right.
Now tell me, am I wrong about that?
So I agree with you in a couple of parts of that. So what we have to do when you open up this kind of discussion, there's no real, you have to define your terms, right? In order to have any kind of discussion about anything, you have to define your terms. So artificial intelligence, the word artificial, that makes sense. It's man-made.
Right.
What do we mean when we say intelligence? Is it factual knowledge? Well, you don't have to, computers have had that for decades. That's not the problem.
Right.
It's to me, intelligence is the step from knowledge to understanding the knowledge, being able to take the knowledge and disseminate it, to apply it in given situations and scenarios, in perhaps ways that it wasn't originally presented.
So to learn, to really learn, let's think about a kid, a child. If they stick their finger in the electric socket and they get shocked, they learn not to do that. You don't have to tell them again not to do that. Yes. But how is a computer doing that unless it's doing a math computation and you tell it, if you come out with 0, that's a bad equation. You need to start over. And it does something, says, okay, 0, throw that away. I'm going to try another way. Well, now that would look like it was learning, or that would look like artificial intelligence, but it's still just following a basic command that has arithmetic in it.
I'll give you a great example of this. So there, many years ago, this is probably 7-8 years ago, there was a YouTuber who made a neural network, which neural network is basically the sort of the framework behind AIs. Right. A neural network that taught itself to play Super Mario Brothers, the original Super Mario Brothers, and he recorded the video of this thing doing this. It took the AI, I don't know how many days to learn, and it was just hundreds and hundreds of thousands of failed attempts, eventually ending with the AI learned to play the game perfectly from beginning to end. How did it learn? By negative and positive reinforcement. The guy who made it, he coded the AI in such a way that it gained points, this sort of point system for, when Mario, you move toward the right to progress to the end of the level, right? So moving to the right gained points. Dying or running out of time or whatever took away points. And so the AI learned the correct buttons to push in every scenario to gain points, aka move to the right toward the end of the stage. That's a kind of simplified version of how modern AIs function. They are learning, not burning their hand on a stove, but they're learning by the feedback that they get from their users. When you ask Grok a question, or Gemini, or Claude, or whatever, and it responds, it's trying to give you the answer that's most likely to satisfy you, to
Right.
make you happy, which is why you always have to take AI responses with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, they're trying to get as many points as they can with you, the user. So, does that mean that they're going to lie to you every time? No, not necessarily, but it's something to consider, that they're trained to get the most points possible. So to them, the burning their hand on the stove is providing the wrong answer to the user. So it's the same concept, just a little bit harder to wrap your mind around, because it's not a tangible, oh, I made a mistake. You know, it's a little bit more of a rough, less. It's a little bit less clear than that. But it's
So
the same basic
we'll
concept.
follow this up, Stuart. Next week, we're going to teach Fortran on here, and we're going to show people how to do a if and or gate. Okay.
Only if we get to, we got to start off with basic, but we can't jump straight to Fortran. I'll bring the Commodore 64. We'll do the basic, and then the week after we'll do Fortran.
Oh, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. We're talking to Stuart Brockwell, the Titan of Tech from Surge Technology, Birmingham. Stuart, have you got a little more time? Can you hang with us? We're going to take a break and come back. You got some more things on your list?
Absolutely. Let's keep going.
All right. We'll be right back in just a minute with Stuart Brockwell. You're listening to Bubba on the Lake.
Where's Bubba?
I'll tell you where. He's on the lake.
On the water or off, experience lake life to the fullest at Russell Lands on Lake Martin. Grab a latte at Brew 63, linger over lunch at Fanny's, or take in a Lake Martin sunset at Kalijah Restaurant. Whether you're here for the weekend or you've made your home at the lake, Russell Lands is where community and the land come together. To learn more about upcoming events, visit russelllands.com. Come see what lake life is all about.
Since 1965, Bice Motors has been Lake Martin area's home for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram sales and service. For 60 years, families have trusted Bice Motors in Alexander City for honest deals, friendly service, and the best selection around. Our team of certified technicians services most all makes and models. Plus, we've got a tire center, parts department, and a full collision center to keep you rolling. Bice Motors, your hometown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealer since 1965. In Alex City or online at bicemotors.com.
Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
At Central State Bank, we believe community banking is more than just transactions. It's about relationships. For over 100 years, we've been helping neighbors grow, businesses thrive, and dreams become reality. Because when you bank local, you invest in your community. Central State Bank, large enough to serve you, small enough to know you. Visit us today or learn more at centralstatebank.com. Member FDIC.
We're back, and we're talking to the tech titan himself, the Titan of Tech, Stuart Brockwell, Surge Technologies, Birmingham, Alabama. Stuart, what else did you have on your tech list?
Oh man, there's a few other cool things. I know we've talked a little bit about AI today. I don't want to hang out on that the entire day, but of course, there's a few little small news items. We've got the robotaxis, the Tesla robotaxis in Austin, Texas, are finally unsupervised. They've taken the safety drivers out of the cars.
I've seen that. I've seen people videoing in the back seat and that steering wheel just turning itself with nobody up there. Yep. It is weird. I don't know. I just don't know if I'm ready. I love the self-driving car, but I want to be sitting there to grab that wheel.
Yeah, that's a lot of people feel that way, but you also have, a pretty good track record so far. No bad incidents or anything. You do have the Waymo sometime, I think in the last few weeks or something like that, it pulled out and hit somebody. There's going to be stuff like this, any kind of new technology.
Well, I mean, how many other wrecks by humans were in the same time period? I mean, that's what you got to compare it to, right?
I mean, that hits a little close to home. As a matter of fact, I lost a dear friend to a car accident. It's actually this very week.
Are you serious? I'm sorry to
But
hear that.
it was a shock, a total shock, and it just reminded me just how stuff like that will remind you just how fragile we are.
Yep. Yep.
And it's a little bit of a different sort of mood for our usual discussion, but I think self-driving technology, even if you never choose to use it, we need to support the development of this kind of thing, because
Yeah.
the more people that do use it, the safer that we'll all be on the road.
Well, I mean, there's still people that drink too much and get behind the wheel. You know, for them to push that button and let the car drive them, I'm all for that. Stuart, let me ask you this. I had a deer attack the front of my truck last week, a week or so ago, and just tear the crap out of it. Still don't have it back. How good are they at spotting these deer running across the road? That's what I want to know.
Oh, there's great clips of this. The version, but in particular, the version 14 of Tesla software. They really kind of raised the reaction time. It's now kind of using its superhuman brain to react quicker, and they will react super quick to animals, people running out in front of the car. There's some really cool clips of dogs running out in front of the vehicles. There was one guy who was he got those big inflatable exercise balls. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And he had somebody standing at the side of the road, and he would push it out in front of the car and see if it can weave around it or whatever, and it did a great job of reacting to those. So yeah, I mean, they actually just added it was a minor update, but they added the ability for the car to recognize and detect horses now. I don't know why, but it shows them on the screen, little horse.
Well, let me ask you this too. I understand there's something going on with the pricing. You could buy the unsupervised driving like a one-time fee, but now it's going to a monthly subscription. Is that what's the deal on that?
Okay, let me lay this out. Okay, so Tesla has historically they've sold their self-driving or FSD as originally the beta was $15,000, and they set that bar very high so that people who bought into it would be people who were interested in testing it, that had some technical knowledge, and would not do something stupid. People still did, of course, but that was the goal. As the tech has improved, they reduced the cost from $15,000 to $8,000. It's still expensive, and they provided the option, instead of paying a one-time fee to own it forever on your car, you can pay $99 a month. And this is still the supervised version. There is no purchasable unsupervised yet.
Right. But it's coming.
So it is coming. Now, the cars in Austin, Texas, that I first started this off by saying, they're the same cars that you can go buy today that have the supervised software. So it's purely a software difference.
Right.
So those consumer-owned cars will get that software eventually. When they do, more than likely Tesla's going to raise the price of the full self-driving software, because it's worth more. Now you can now you can take a nap while you drive. Now
That's
you can
crazy.
you can work on your laptop while you drive, things like that. So it's worth more money. So theoretically, they haven't confirmed any of this, and what nobody seems to be talking about is regulatory approval. The government's not just going to let Tesla flip that switch. They're going to have to get approval for it, and you know as well as I do, the government loves to do things nice and quick.
And they're liable to tack a nice little fee on that too. You can't have nothing for fun anymore. No.
So I suspect, personally, the price will stay at $99 for a while. They are discontinuing the ability to buy it outright. So if you're a Tesla owner and you've been thinking about buying self-driving outright, you have until Valentine's Day, 12 days from our date of recording today. You have until Valentine's Day to purchase full self-driving, to own it forever. That will protect you theoretically against future price hikes. But if you don't do that, then you're going to be stuck on the subscription model for the rest of your ownership, which, some people think that's good or bad. I've done the math on it. It takes about 6.5 years to break even with the $8,000 cost. So to me, I don't imagine keeping a car that long. Most people wouldn't. But if you do like to keep your cars a long time, it might make sense to buy the software now and go ahead and own it.
Stuart, speaking of Tesla, I saw a study where now the cars have been out there for a while, and they were wanting to see how they were holding up. And they got excellent reviews up to 200,000 miles, which I would think that's probably, more than you would get out of a gas burning car. A diesel might get a little more, but I thought, and this is still going. I mean, they haven't been out there long enough, but for those battery cars, and I don't know when you need to change the batteries and the cost, we hear all that stuff, but for them, for the gears and the wheels and the transmission of it, I guess it has something. Well, I guess it does have a transmission. Scratch that one.
Nope.
For all the things that actually turn and move in this thing, for it to get 200,000 miles, I thought was extraordinary.
It is. Tesla drivetrains are notoriously good. I mean, electric vehicle drivetrains in general are very simple compared to gas cars because there is no transmission, right? There is no gearbox. There's just motors. And
it just spins faster,
Exactly. And barring a mechanical failure of some kind, they just kind of go. So Tesla's warranty is 150,000 miles on the battery. Is what they offer on their vehicles. And most owners report being able to go well past that. There's a couple of 500,000-mile Teslas I've seen that are still using the original battery.
Wow.
Most people tend to replace the battery at around the 200,000 mile mark or so. They are rather expensive to replace, but then again, so is replacing the engine on your gas car.
Right.
And unless you drive a Toyota, you're probably not going to be running the same engine for more than 150 to 200,000 miles.
Toyota does have a good engine. Everybody
they
admits
have
that.
some.
Right.
I swear they've got some magic in there. I don't know what they're doing. It's some like voodoo stuff to make those things last as long as they do.
Well, my father-in-law, when he was working, he was auto body repair guy, and he always raved about a Toyota. And he would much prefer American made stuff, but he just could not deny how good those engines were.
No.
So Hondas hold up pretty well.
They do. Hondas, of course, are kind of the staple for reliable, cheap transportation. But I mean, I was actually shopping for a Tesla with my grandmother the other day.
Now, wait, for you or her?
For her, because she's getting up into her 80s.
She's gonna have a Tesla before you.
Look, I'm trying to use it. I told her I'm going to use every ounce of my.
All right, I see what's happening here. Okay, I'm not going to say it, but I see what you're up to. Okay, 80-year-old grandmother gets a Tesla, passes it down. When the day comes.
The only Tesla
Stuart,
for me is the Cybertruck.
Be honest
now.
now.
For me is the Cybertruck.
I mean,
in all seriousness,
I'm just joking. Of course,
I want to get her into a Model Y because they live up in Florence, couple-hour drive from Birmingham, right?
Right.
Pretty town, but it takes a couple hours to drive here and then drive back.
Right.
Well,
it's the last
several times they've come to visit, they've had to leave to go home early because they're not comfortable driving in the dark anymore.
Right.
And there's been a few times where she's called me and she's been like, Stuart, I'm scared. I don't know. I'm not comfortable driving at night. And I'm like, okay, we need to fix this. And so she actually came down and visited, and we went and test drove a Model Y. And I'm not got her all the way convinced yet, but I'm using every ounce of my grandson credit to push her that direction.
So Stuart, if she's worried about driving at night, how is she on letting a computer drive at night? I got to imagine that's a hard sell. It would be to my grandmom if she was still alive.
Well, that's what my mom keeps telling me, that I'm never going to pull it off. But I talked them into an iPad. They got rid of the laptops. They switched to an iPad. Then a few years later, I got them into the iPhone.
How do they do with the iPad?
Oh, they love it. They're all over it. And then they got the iPhone.
Can they work it good? Can they work it good?
They spend so much time on that thing. My goodness.
My mom, I got her in a good computer, a Mac later in life. And, she struggled, especially the iPad. We tried that and it just, it was too much.
Well, my grandparents seem to adapt. I got them the Ring video cameras, the doorbells.
Oh man, a high tech grandparents. I love it.
Oh yeah. And so once I got her in the car and I showed her, it's just a big iPad that runs the car, and you touch here to drive, and you touch here to park, and otherwise it just drives like a normal car. And at nighttime, if you get scared or you're not comfortable, you don't have to use the self-driving, but it's there when you need it.
Yep.
You can just push the button if you get uncomfortable, and she liked that.
She
liked that a lot.
Even if you are wise enough not to drink and drive, we've all drove when we were too sleepy. I don't care who you are. You've had a time on a trip or coming back from somewhere where you were driving and you were sleepy. And that's very dangerous too. And we've all done it. But boy, it sure would be nice just to push that button and say, home, James, you know?
Oh yeah. I mean, I could not get, it was one of the, I haven't driven very many Teslas, but every time I do the self-driving thing, I can't just quit smiling the whole time. It's just it's so futuristic.
Stuart,
it's like you
of all people, you look, you're a Jeep guy like me. We love our Jeeps, okay?
Right.
But of all people, I can't believe you don't have a Tesla already. I mean, that's just like, it just shouldn't happen. It's like, it's like Bill Gates not having a Windows computer in his house, you know?
Well, I mean, like I told you, the only Tesla that can work for me is the Cybertruck, which, of course, I signed up for the pre-order years ago when they first announced the thing. It's just an expensive truck, and I haven't had it hasn't fallen into place to get it yet. That's eventually what I'll probably go to.
What are they running now? What are they running?
They start at 80.
Well, I mean,
that's the same as, not any other nice truck, but still, it's still 80.
That's what a used dually is going to cost you, a good Ram.
Yep. Right.
So 3,500 with a Cummins diesel in it. So you're going to pay that for a used one. I mean, cars are expensive. They're as expensive as houses used to be, when we were growing up. But well, Stuart, listen, I appreciate you taking time to be with us. Anything else we need to cover on this episode?
I think that's kind of the biggest stuff right now. I would say, just keep an eye on the AI stuff. It's only going to get worse as things progress. People have the word of the year is the AI slop, right? We've heard that now all over the place.
Now the what? AI what?
Everybody, you see AI generated videos on the internet and stuff. Yeah. Everybody's now calling that AI slop.
Slop? Like a slop bucket?
Yep, just like computer generated garbage.
Stuart, some of it is so good. I mean, if you didn't know better, I saw these. I know you did. Everybody else on social media, like the coaches in the college football playoff, they go to the center field where they usually shake hands briefly and go their separate ways, and they go to the center of the field and start fighting. And I mean, just throwing haymakers, just a knockdown. And it looks so real. If you don't just know it's AI, you could easily be fooled by that. I mean, you can't believe what you see anymore.
Not a bit. And it was bad before AI was a thing, and now it's so much worse.
Yep.
But deep fakes. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Well, Stuart, listen, thank you for taking time to be with us. Always enjoy it. And we'll get together again soon. You know what we ought to do? I'm just going to throw this out there, okay? I'm going to just, I'll regret this later, I know. But we ought to get a group up and carry them like a tour group to CES in Las Vegas next year.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Have you ever been?
I have never been. I want to go to that. And I also want to, this is not tech related, but I want to go to SHOT Show also.
The SHOT Show? Oh, yeah, you're a gun guy too, right?
Yes, sir. We need to do a gun talk. We need to do a gun talk episode.
We'll do that. SHOT Show just ended, by the way. I interviewed Jackie Bushman last week, and he was still at SHOT Show.
Okay, cool.
So, if you're into the hunting thing or guns, that is the Super Bowl, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And it's in Las Vegas too, isn't it?
It is.
All right. Well, we need to work on that. I want to go back. I went once, and I have never walked so much in my life. I was in shape back then, and I was crying to go back to the hotel room after lunch. I was so tired. I mean, it's just incredible, the size of it. You really can't fathom in your mind how big it is and how many buildings are involved with it. So, Stuart, thank you so much. Stuart Brockwell, Surge Technologies, Birmingham, Alabama. Stuart, thanks for being on the show, and we will check back in with you with another tech update very soon.
All right. Thanks, Bubba.
It's Bubba on the Lake. Bubba on the Lake.
Illuminate your night fishing adventures with the ultimate in submersible fishing light technology. The Green Monster Fishing Light attracts bait fish and game fish in all water environments. Turn any dock into a vibrant feeding frenzy. Compact, tough, and energy efficient. The Green Monster Fishing Light will provide endless hours of family entertainment and enhanced nighttime visibility for safe docking. No dock, no problem. With our 24-inch portable Green Monster Fishing Light, start landing trophy fish tonight. Visit thegreenmonsterfishinglight.com.
On the water or off, experience lake life to the fullest at Russell Lands on Lake Martin. Want to know what's going on around Lake Martin? Check out the calendar of seasonal events that include Fridays on the Green, naturalist events, fireworks, concerts, poker runs, boat shows, juried art shows, boat parades, and much more. If you're here for the weekend or if you've made your home at the lake, Russell Lands is where community and the land come together. To learn more about upcoming events, visit russelllands.com. Come see what lake life is all about.
Since 1965, Bice Motors has been Lake Martin area's home for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram sales and service. For 60 years, families have trusted Bice Motors in Alexander City for honest deals, friendly service, and the best selection around. Our team of certified technicians services most all makes and models. Plus, we've got a tire center, parts department, and a full collision center to keep you rolling. Bice Motors, your hometown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealer since 1965. In Alex City or online at bicemotors.com.
Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Another staff meeting, another push for cross-selling, another awkward silence. Then Banker Bounty happened. The first referral platform made just for banks. One app that empowers every employee, not just your top producers, to bring in business. No more spreadsheets, no more silos, just clarity, culture, and actual growth in real time. Banker Bounty fixes more than your referral program. It fixes your momentum. Go to bankerbounty.com, watch the video, book your free demo. Banker Bounty, create, manage, and track referrals in real time.
Well, she's back again, folks, by popular demand. The one and only Betty Lou Bussey. Betty, say what to us?
Betty, say what?
You know, we got to get that going. I don't know who's going to produce it for you, but you really need to do that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
There's a lot of work goes into these podcasts. I think people like the idea of doing a podcast because everybody seems like they're doing one now. But if you notice, they do about 10 episodes and that's it. You know, they're done with it. They're like, wow, that's a lot to come up with.
I'll say this. I'm doing the books for your podcast. You can do the books for mine. How about that?
I tell you, if we're going to have to look into this QuickBooks. If they're charging us as much as I think they are for some of this, we're going back to pen and paper, you know?
Oh, my.
So how are you, dear?
I'm doing good.
Well, thank you for jumping in for a minute. Just a couple updates. How's the dog doing? Everybody wants to know how Ruby's doing.
Well, little Ruby, she's right here next to me, and she's doing a lot better. She got a good report today. So apparently her little blood transfusion took effect, and she's doing a lot better. So
her numbers are good. Still giving her a lot of pills, but
right, she'll have to stay on some medication for a while.
If she had not responded to the transfusion, it may have been the big dog box in the sky, right?
That was pretty much, that was the last deal. But her body kind of kicked in and started making its own red blood cells again.
Well, that's awesome.
It's not attacking the other one, you know.
Yeah.
So far, so good. So hopefully it'll continue to be good.
I don't know a lot about dog blood, I'll be honest with you.
I've learned a lot.
I don't know a lot about cat blood. I know there's only two types of cat blood.
Yeah.
You know, like humans have all this, you know, A, B, O, you know, LMNOP, all that stuff. And then you have plus and minus,
right?
Positive, negative. Mm-hmm. I know cats, the large majority, there's only two types, and 80% of them are one type and about 20% the other. We learned that when we had to have a cat that had the transfusion.
Yeah, we had two kittens that had to have transfusions.
The amount of money we are spending on pets, I don't know if you've noticed.
We need to re-examine probably, but anyway, we're
going to start going to the rescue mutts. They don't have as many problems.
Well, the cats we've had, that pretty much, we just kind of found them and they came to us. I mean, it wasn't any.
Lucky us, huh?
Yeah.
I know how cats find us. You've already exposed how that happened with your mom, where you would bring them and let them out, and they'd follow the car home on the driveway. So that's good news. I was bragging earlier, and we've got to get this on the website under Betty's Corner. Your chicken noodle soup.
Well, I made it. I mean, forever, but I hadn't made it in a while till this past weekend when it was so cold.
Well,
so I think you just forgot about it. It's been around.
Okay,
I don't have the recipe typed up. I'll have to try to,
Well, you make several different soups and things. Chili is by far it's in its own class, and then there's everything else. Well, this is right up there with the chili. This was outstanding. I don't know if it's because it was 11 degrees outside and I was freezing my, what off or what the deal was. I mean, when I think of chicken noodle soup, I think, well, somebody's sick.
Yeah.
They got a cold and mom's taking care of them. But this was really, really good.
Yeah. Well,
what did you do different? Because to me, chicken noodle soup comes out of a can, and that's not what this was.
I boiled the whole chicken, so it's from scratch, basically. You boil the whole chicken, and then you just kind of add, I did my celery and a little bit of onion, a few carrots in like a butter thing, and then added that to my broth. Added a little more chicken broth. You know what I mean?
Betty, I like when you say add it to my broth. There's something the way you say that. It's kind of number one. You know what I mean?
It's called chicken broth. So I don't know how else to say it.
If you put your glasses on, say molecule, we're gonna have to cut this podcast short.
Oh my gosh! I tell you what, it's 7:15, and I'm about ready to go to bed, folks. But anyway, it's been a long day. Got a long day tomorrow.
We were give out the other night and went to bed. I didn't even look at the time. And we got in there and it was 8:30. I said, this is just ridiculous. We need to make ourselves stay up till 9 o'clock.
Well, not when I got to get up in the morning. You got to get up early.
Well, you have to have 12 hours. I mean,
no, I don't. What's wrong with that? I like my sleep.
I wouldn't know. I haven't had 12 hours and I don't know when. I don't even know how to act.
Oh, come on. I can tell you when. It's been a few weeks ago.
Well,
slept till about 9:30.
Yeah, I did one morning. That was pretty good. On a Saturday. It was real nice. Real nice.
Oh,
Clark.
Man. Real nice.
Real nice, Clark. So what else is going on with you? You've been busy, a lot going on.
Yeah. Well, my mom, I think we mentioned her in the last podcast.
She's a little under the weather.
Yes. She's doing a lot better, but still a little under the weather. So I'm going to try to go over there tomorrow. And
it's just amazing. 94 and a little under the weather.
She's done great. Yeah, she's done really great.
She's such a trooper. You have to be excited. You have that genetic running around in you.
Well, yeah, somewhat. I don't know that it's going to be that strong, though. I think it probably petered out since I'm the last of 5. I probably got the weaker.
You got the runt of the.
Yes. I must be
of the litter?
The runt, yeah.
Oh, gosh. That's funny.
But
we hope she gets to feeling better.
Yes, yeah. She's doing a little better. It's going
because we got to get her back to doing her stand-up routine. I gave her a joke the other day.
Yeah, she's the one you need to interview on this podcast. Probably. I don't know.
You know what? We can make that happen. We can make that happen.
The problem is, I mean, we'd have to make sure her hearing aids are in optimum.
Right.
You know.
Right. Get that good.
Yeah.
Did you hear the joke I told her?
Yeah, I was standing right there when you told her. Yeah.
Do you remember the joke?
Something about dating when you're her age, the good thing about it is you don't have to worry about meeting their parents.
And that's a direct joke from that old guy that you see in the reels.
So
it's funny.
She heard you. I knew she heard you, and then I could see the wheels turning, and then she started laughing or whatever. It took her a minute, you know.
Well, I hope she locks onto it and lets that chicken at the movie thing go. She stole that one for many years.
Oh,
when you
Lord.
seen one, you seen them all. And so some of you know that. Some of you know that joke. If you don't, ask your grandmother. And well, Betty, I hope all that works out. Dogs are doing better. She's doing better. Praise the Lord. You know, we're coming off some pretty harsh temperatures. It was 41 degrees today, and I went outside with a short sleeve shirt on, and I was hot.
Well, that's coming off 19 degrees?
11
or
one
whatever.
morning.
Yeah. Ugh. It has been brutal.
Yeah. I don't care for that.
No. Well, a friend of mine is in Tennessee with her
they got it worse.
mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Oh, holy cow. Yeah, it's bad up there, which they have beautiful snow, though, over the weekend. So that was fun for them.
Well, they got to play in it a little bit.
Yeah.
But, that weather system was huge. It affected,
Oh, I know.
280, 300 million Americans. I mean, it was almost the whole country, except maybe for the desert Southwest.
Yep. Yeah, we're not used to that here in Alabama. Not that cold.
No,
anyway.
we are not. Well, look, when you're working up some of these new recipes, do you have any more for like homemade ice cream or anything?
We don't do homemade ice cream here that much. I don't even have one of those things, one of those makers or whatever.
Ice cream. You know what? I'll get you one.
Nah,
that's not a problem.
Why don't you? That could be your thing. That and the grill out here. Why don't you do?
So I do ice cream and grill. What a combination.
Oh, me. I feel like I'm too short to really perfect an ice cream recipe. You know what I mean? I don't need to eat it.
Why are you too short?
Well, I don't need to eat it, so I'm too short.
Oh, you just don't want to be wide.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm already short. Wide is kind of a given if you eat too much. You know
Betty,
what I mean?
I'm telling you, and honestly, I'm not just saying this. You look wonderful. You are in great shape. And I am. I'm very biased. But, you're number one. What can I say?
Thank you. Bless your
I'm
heart.
trying to find a nice way to put this.
That's why
in case your mom's listening. Number one.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. That's why we've been married 36 years, I guess.
I know. 37 coming up.
Oh, me.
There's still time. Hopefully we can make it.
Oh, my.
The year's flying by already. We're already in February. We just got the box closed on the Christmas tree.
Yes. Yeah. And
it's
already
gonna
time
be,
to
it's
do
gonna
taxes
be
Valentine's.
You had to bring up taxes.
I know. Good
Golly.
grief.
I wish you'd just kick me right in the stomach or thereabouts.
Everybody loves taxes. Come on.
Why does it have to be so hard?
I don't know. And it's in the spring when everything should be so
fun.
Yeah, fun and warmer weather's coming and then taxes.
And everybody that's supposed to send you a piece of paper, they never send it on time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the law says they have to have it there by January the 30th. Well, good luck. Mm-hmm. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got a computer problem,
Everybody's computer's slow, especially on Mondays, as I found out today.
When you call and order a hotel room, I don't know if this has ever happened to you. It's never happened to me where they went, yes, sir. And they're typing it in. They go, man, our computer is blazing quick today. Have you ever heard them say?
No.
Ever heard them say?
It's always if it's Mondays, they'll say, it's Monday. Our computer.
Yeah.
I don't care. Thursday. Some Thursdays it's just slow.
They go, our computer is so slow today.
I know. Given day.
And I ask them, I will go, is it ever fast?
I know.
They usually be blank.
And you've said before, there's something about my mechanical body makeup that causes computers and things not to work well. That's mechanical. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you've attacked our remote controls lately.
Thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
something.
Yeah, so who knows? Maybe that I'm standing next to it sometimes when I'm in a store or wherever trying to get something done. I don't know over the phone. It shouldn't, Yeah,
it shouldn't translate or transfer over the phone.
No,
right?
It shouldn't. But hey, you never know.
You never know. Well, baby, I'm glad you're doing good. Hang in there, and maybe we'll keep getting these good reports. I hope so.
Yeah, me too.
Now, how many days are we to plug day? Do you know when they stop the water back up?
March something. So what?
It's less than 30. It's less than 30 days now.
I don't know. Let's shoot in the dark and say 17 days. I don't know.
It's a little longer. It may be 23 or so.
I heard you talking about the forest run. I can't remember. Yeah, the Russell Lands.
Are you going to do that this year?
Yeah, I walked it last year. I walk. I don't run. Yeah, I just walk. There's a lot of walkers, though. There's a good bit of runners. It's a great event, though. It was fun. And those grits.
Can you ride a golf cart?
No. Okay. That'd be a negative.
Do they have golf cart rides ever? Do you know?
Bill, I think that's every day when it's warm enough. You can get out and ride your golf. I don't think that's an event.
Hey, we got some trails. We have some Russell Forest you could cruise through.
Oh, yeah.
Or run your cart dead like I did. Yeah. It's just good.
So, anyway, that's the end of the month. So,
Yeah.
I plan to do that at the end of the month.
Well,
That'll be fun.
Good. I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
I ain't running.
Some of my friends are going to walk.
I'm not
too,
going to
I
run
think.
or walk.
Well, a couple of my friends are running, but I said, okay, see.
Do they have a pistol starter for that? Do you know?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
I might ask if I could do that.
'Cause
Could
I
I be the
remember-
honorary starter, you think?
You better, I don't know. I can't remember the guy's name that does it, but I don't know.
Oh, there's a guy?
There's a
They've
guy.
already a guy that does that every
Yeah.
year? Oh,
Oh,
so it's
yeah.
like his thing?
I'm sure it is. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
You know what
Nobody
I could
asked
do
me.
is hang out and give out Bubba on the Lake stickers to everybody running through, right?
You could, and
When
then they're
get
going to
done.
ask you, where's the grits?
Well, that's the thing. I might be the grits chairman.
Yeah. Oh, you can serve the grits. Some of
Well,
our friends help serve the grits.
I wasn't
Yeah.
thinking about serving as much as just being there to, make everybody happy while they're being served.
Mm-hmm.
We all have to use our gifts.
Truth's coming out, folks. You heard that.
Will they freak if I put ketchup in my grits?
I didn't
Some of the
see
guys
ketchup at
I go
all.
to Bible study with, they freak out when I put ketchup
Well,
in
it
the
is
grits.
gross. Who wants to
It ain't
smell
gross.
that in the
It
morning?
ain't gross. It ain't gross.
Nobody really wants to smell ketchup.
If
in
I
the
was
morning.
from Louisiana and
But
I put something red in the grits and mixed it up, people would think that's the greatest thing ever. They say, "Oh yeah, that's it." What's the word for red?
Hot sauce?
No,
What?
no. The word it's like not rose, but
Roatia?
it's something like that. It's like that, but it's
Are you
almost a
talking about
French word.
Rosy cheek like things? Roatia?
Well, not
what are you talking
not.
about?
You're close to the word
Rosé?
rosé. Maybe
That's
it.
a wine.
But it's
like,
a
isn't
red
it?
wine, isn't it?
No,
I don't know.
It's
I'm
kind of
Baptist.
rose-colored,
I'm
actually.
Baptist, so I'll have to ask you.
It's kind of well, one of my friends loves
Because you're
rosé.
non-denominational now, right?
Stop. One of my friends loves rosé, and it's kind of a rose color. Yeah, faint
So if
rose
we
color.
called it rosé grits,
kind of a, I don't know.
and it was
peachy.
developed in Louisiana, everybody would think it was the greatest thing ever. But let a guy named Bubba squirt some Heinz 57 in there and mix it up, and it's gross. It smells bad. You know how it is.
Yeah, I do, because it does smell
It
bad,
is
and it
so
grosses me out.
good.
Yeah,
So good.
I do know exactly.
Oh, rosé grits. That's going to be my recipe.
Well, and let's don't forget the burned toast and dipping it in
Right.
ketchup. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, when I say burned, black.
You know, I read about that. That's some kind of vitamin deficiency. Did you know that when you crave burnt toast? Did you know that?
Pica.
Huh?
Pica or something like that.
I have no idea what it is.
P-I-C-A. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I do like burnt toast. It may go back to my days
might
of
not
my
be that, I don't
dad
know.
cooking when we used to have SOS.
So he used to burn the toast?
Well, it
that
was,
bad?
It wasn't as bad as I burn it, but it was pretty well done. But we used to have SOS. You know what that stands for, right?
Yeah, I do. And your mom fixed that for us. And
That's
my
good.
system has not been the same.
That gravy got you, didn't it?
No. That was the last SOS I have had, and I'll never have it again.
You were crying,
I
SOS.
tell you, I'm like, SOS, I'll never have SOS
Well,
again.
It stands for stuff on a shingle.
Yeah.
And the shingle is the toast. And my dad, who was a cook in the Army in World War II, you basically take any meat you have left and you make it, you brown it and make a gravy out of it. And you put it on the toast, and it's called SOS. Now, the soldiers had another more colorful name for it. Some of you are aware of that.
Gosh.
But I love getting in there and crunching through that toast with my fork. And, oh, Betty, you don't like that?
No, sure don't.
Now, you know, I'll make my own version of it. I'll take anything we got, chili,
Oh,
spaghetti,
I've seen
and
you
put
put
it on
spaghetti
toast.
on a piece of burned toast.
Yeah, it's good.
And probably, I can't remember.
You know,
I'm sure you probably
technically-
put ketchup on it. I don't remember. But,
Technically, that is SOS, spaghetti
it?
on a shingle.
oh, okay.
Think about that.
Yeah.
So
All
it goes right with the name.
Yep. All righty.
Well,
You heard it here, folks.
that's it. When in doubt, make gravy
That
out of
recipe
it.
will not be in my box.
When in doubt, make gravy with it and throw it on a piece of burnt toast.
Gross. Oh, my.
You watch one of these fancy chefs is going to come up and perfect that, and you're going to go, I'm used to make fun of it.
Yep. And
Have you
I'll
ever had grits on toast? Same thing?
No, I don't do a lot of carbs on carbs. You know what I mean? I try to separate them out, you know, kind of ration
That's GOS,
myself.
by the way, grits on a shingle. case you're wondering.
No, I don't guess I've had that. No.
I'll put anything on toast.
Really, the only time I eat grits is when we go up here to Fanny's, and we eat up there.
I love grits. Yeah. And their grits are so good. That's
they
where we
do
have
wonderful
That's
grits.
where we have our Bible study at.
It is, yeah.
The men, the goats.
We eat breakfast there after church a good bit, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
The goats group is really good. I enjoy that group. Good group of guys.
Yeah.
Love the Lord. A lot of them are very resourceful, and they can solve problems. Love it.
That's right.
When somebody says, I got it, taken care of, done. It's amazing because it's an older group, and I'm in that group now. But it's amazing how many of them have heart surgeries and stuff
I know.
Constantly, It seems like there's 2 a week getting heart surgery.
I think we're at the age where everybody's having something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what?
Everybody's got something going on.
You're blessed just to be having something.
Yeah. You're getting something, or your parents are aging and they're getting something, or both, one or the other, you know.
Yep.
So it's just where we're at. Season of life, folks.
It is. You look forward to that time in the life when you didn't have to work so hard and you didn't have to worry about raising kids and all of that. And now we got there, and,
hey, that wasn't so bad.
Back when I could walk to the back ballpark, how much fun that was. And you miss it. But they're all stages of life are great. They're all a blessing. That's for sure.
They are.
Betty, thanks for being with us, honey.
Well, you're welcome. Thanks for asking.
You're one of the few guests that I can say I love you.
And just walk in the den and grab me and say, hey, come in here and let's do a segment.
That's right. That's right. Forget trying to book all these big name celebrities. Heck, we got Betty in the next room. All right. We'll talk more in just a minute. See you in the den.
All righty.
Love you.
Love you. Bye, everybody.
There she is, the lovely Betty Lou. And we'll be back in just a minute on Bubba on the Lake.
You're listening to Bubba. Whoa. Bubba on the Lake.
When you need urgent care, Southern Immediate Care is here for you. Illness doesn't follow a 9-to-5 schedule, so we offer support 7 days a week at convenient locations throughout Birmingham and Northeast Alabama, dedicated to serving all ages from children to adults. Southern Immediate Care offers occupational medicine services, including DOT physicals and testing. At Southern Immediate Care, your health is our top priority. Visit southernimmediatecare.com or call 205-409-2794.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
On the water or off, experience lake life to the fullest at Russell Lands on Lake Martin. Spend your mornings with breakfast at Fanny's. Afternoons, you can explore over 100 miles of trails through Russell Forest. And for dinner, how about the Southern farm-to-table flavors at Spring House? Whether you're here for the weekend or you've made your home at the lake, Russell Lands is where community and the land come together. To learn more about upcoming events, visit russelllands.com. Come see what lake life is all about.
You know one thing I love about Buffalo Wild Wings? You can get wings with any of their 26 sauces and dry rubs for takeout and delivery. That's like bringing an entire B-dubs home with you, which you can't do. I tried. I've knocked down so many walls, only to then be told to halt construction because I'm not zoned to be a sports bar. Kind of just looks like a big pergola or something because of the lack of walls. At least these 26 sauces and dry rubs are available to go. Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go sports bar.
Hello, everybody, and we're back. I am Bill Bubba Bussey, your host of Bubba on the Lake, and I'm joined by my son, Hunter. here in the closing segment, and we're kind of sad, Hunter.
Yeah, we are. We are kind of sad. We about right now we should be getting ready to go to Orlando to see the Artemis launch, but that is not the case. They found a leaking fuel cell or something?
No, they actually, the umbilical cord that goes to the rocket and connects, they're pumping this cryogenic fuel in at minus 350 and minus 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and one of them has a leak. Now, they have a process where they can slow down the rate that they're fueling it and take care of the leak. But to do it at the normal speed, it's leaking. So they're going to work on it. I don't think it will require the rocket going back in. I think it's on the tower itself. So, these things happen when you don't use them, but every 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And they need to fix it. So the launch window, we had a couple of days here in February. And they have now pushed back and said the goal is for March.
Yeah.
And I think March the 6th, somewhere in there is the first window. So we'll try to go then. We're sad.
Yeah.
But, hey, let me tell you, it's so much better for them to do that now than when we are in Orlando after we have bought hotel and plane ticket.
I am a little bummed, though. I was hoping to watch the Super Bowl with Tim Taylor, but, it's all right.
Well, we could still invite him over.
That's true. We could.
Because he's probably back here, too.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's kind of a bummer. So, we probably will have a podcast next week. We were going to say we probably wouldn't have one because we would be in Orlando taping one, recording one for the next weekend, and now we will probably be here. So we'll do that. I am going to Orlando, though, for the Orlando Ham Fest. For all of you that are sitting on the edge of your seat wanting to know the latest ham radio news. Now, this is the second largest ham fest we have in the country. Dayton, Ohio is the granddaddy of them all. It's still larger, but Orlando is growing on them. I've been there 2 or 3 years now, and it is just gigantic. I mean, it's at the amphitheater set up there in Orlando, and it's massive. They have big buildings with inside things. They have portable classrooms set up out
like little modules.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. It's like tents, but it's under a big cover.
Okay.
And these humongous air conditioning things. And then they have what we call the boneyard. And this is where, and people there, if you didn't know it was a ham radio thing, you'd think it was a camper deal because there's so many campers there. And people just set tables up out in front of their camper and put all their crap on it and sell it. So it's perfect for ham guys. This is what they love for, to go and pick through stuff.
Sounds like a geeky tailgate is what it sounds like.
Listen, if I need a sound effect for nerd alert, okay? And I understand that, and I'm in the middle of it. I got that. But we have friends that we have met down there that we set up next to each year. We become good friends with, and they had great careers. One of them still works. One of them's retired commercial airline pilot. So, and there's a guy that brings a glider every year, and he glides all over Orlando and talks to people on his walkie-talkie, his handy-talkie, we call it, HT. And I talked to him one year when we were going in.
Well,
I
he's
worked him
floating around?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's up in the air. And
how are you calm enough to speak? Well, I'd be more focused not to crash into something.
Well, I think, he's piloting it, but you catch these waves, and he knows he can float. It's going up. It's hot.
Almost
over
hover.
land.
Yeah.
And, they go out over the water. It's a little cooler, and they drop. They know how to ride those things. So it's real interesting. But you meet some really, really interesting people. Some of them just like to sit around and talk like what we're doing.
Yeah.
And some of them literally build spaceships, okay, and missiles. And they're very interesting to talk to also. So it's always fun. But we got a big group here that goes, and I get to hang out with them and a bunch of my friends from Birmingham that I don't see as much as I used to. So it'll be a lot of fun. It's also Super Bowl weekend.
Woo!
Hunter, we talked a little bit about it last time you were on, and it's the Seahawks and the Patriots. Any change? I know you said Seahawks are going to win this.
They're right now, the line is, I think, Seattle at 4.5. So it's looking like Seattle will probably pull it out. I think after since we've talked about it last, there's been all the news about Bill Belichick not making the Hall of Fame and Robert Kraft now missing the votes to get in the Hall of Fame.
Why are they not? The Patriots have had one of the most dominating, great runs of all time,
especially those
Tom Brady,
6 championships.
Yeah, Tom Brady, Belichick, and the owner of the franchise. They ought to be in now. I don't know why
they're not. And you put in Jerry Jones prior to that, who is like the cancer to the team. I don't know. Sorry, Cowboys fans. It's the truth. I know it hurts, but he's got to go. But somehow he made the Hall of Fame before people that actually did something.
Let's examine Jerry Jones's history, okay? He had 2 very top A personality coaches, okay? They both won Super Bowls, but they wouldn't put up with his crap. They wouldn't let him come down on the sidelines and call plays and all that kind of stuff. They said, I'm the coach. I'm running this show. I run it my way. Yeah. Well, he didn't like it. He got rid of them. He got a bunch of yes men in there. Yeah. Every one of them he's had has been a guy that just, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. And they suck. Yeah. Okay? So, me just sitting here to the side, Mr. Jones, maybe you need to go back and get a good football coach. Yeah. Maybe he doesn't bow and curtsy every time you walk through, but he wins Super Bowls. Yeah. You go down on the field and get that trophy. Come on. That's just crazy. I know, well, you spend all that money to buy that team, you can do what you want to do. Well, guess what? You get to go home every year after the first round of the playoffs, and you watch everybody else fight for a championship. So there you go. Yeah. Have a great time.
And you've seen college teams do more in that stadium every year. It's crazy.
It is not that complicated.
No.
Anybody with common sense sees what has happened with the Cowboys and would say, Jerry, be an owner, hire the coach you want, and let him do his job.
Yeah, hands off.
And if he wins, great. If he loses, fire him. But the problem was you kept firing the ones that were winning.
Yeah.
This is not that difficult. Look, I had a few business classes at Jack State. I can figure this one out. Okay? It's not that complicated. But anyway, I'm sorry. Tangent on my part.
We've talked about this before several times, but what I'm trying to say is I feel like the Patriots are going to have a chip on their shoulder because of that kind of disrespect towards a legendary coach and owner that's currently still there, who's still taking them to Super Bowls, even though he's not like coaching. Yeah, Robert Kraft. But that being said, there's going to be a lot of, they're kind of doubting us to lose this game. This just adds more fuel to the fire. So it's us against the world. So it wouldn't shock me if it's a good game. I still think Seattle's defense is going to take Drake May's head off. But
here's another thing. Here's another thing we can learn. Michael Jordan, okay, one of the greatest ever at what he did. He always had a chip on his shoulder. He used that as motivation. Sometimes the chip was not even there. He made it up.
Yeah.
But he convinced himself in the moment somebody had disrespected him, made him mad, and he went out there and went nuts. Okay. And he's even admitted now, sometimes people did not say to him what he said they said to him. He just said it in his mind so it would make him mad because he knew to be Superman, to step into that little phone booth and come out as Air Jordan, he needed to be mad. Yeah, and when he was mad, he was unstoppable.
That is one of my favorite scenes of that whole documentary. That guy who used to be his teammate, I think it was like Brandon, I can't remember what the last name was. He was a point guard for the Bulls that ended up going to the Hornets, and he like faintly screamed or something like that. And then the next game, it shows Michael in the locker room smoking a cigar saying, yeah, he was saying stuff about my mama or whatever. It's like, no, he didn't.
Okay.
He just screamed after he hit a game winner.
I'll give you, right. I mean, normal reaction.
Yeah.
I'll give you another one. I know when the Dream Team was practicing, I heard Magic Johnson tell the story. He said, we're going to, and Michael he's got 4 points, in the scrimmage they're doing. And Magic said, hey, if you don't step into that phone booth and become Air Jordan, we're going to lose this. And he started getting on him a little bit.
Bear.
Well, guess what? He scored like the next 16 points.
Yeah.
And, it's just motivation and having focus. That's why people warn about bulletin board stuff.
Yeah.
Do not give another team something to get rally around. Okay. But with the Patriots, it is funny. Now, Robert Kraft is back in the Super Bowl without Belichick, without Tom Brady. So the organization does have some credibility. Now, when Brady left, when Brady left, you know, they went downhill, but they were going to go downhill anyway. You can't win Super Bowl after Super Bowl. Your picks are so far down the line, you're not getting the good picks. So when Brady left and then won a Super Bowl somewhere else, people said, well, it must be Brady.
Yeah.
Well, then they said, no, and then he lost there the next time. Well, maybe it ain't him. Maybe it's, the coach now the coach is gone. Got a new coach, and now the organization's winning again. So Robert Kraft may have a bigger part in this than we all thought. Now, I think Belichick deserves a lot of credit, too. Don't get me wrong. So, anyway, all right, enough of that. We'll catch you up to date on the Super Bowl next week, the ins and outs, and, of course, my favorite, the commercials.
Yeah.
I want to remind everybody before we go, and I mentioned this earlier, just real quick, if you're a runner, if you like to run, we have a 10K and a 5K coming up Saturday, February the 28th. Check online at russellforestrun.com. Russell, 2 L's, forestrun.com. Keep an eye on Facebook for that too, and we'll tell you more details as we get a little bit closer. We have enjoyed it, folks. We're here in the Mellow Yellow studio. Thank you for being a part of it. Remember our website, bubbaonthelake.com, our message line, 308-BIG-LAKE. Keep those cards and letters coming, folks. And we also want you to subscribe, turn on notifications, all that internet stuff, that I have to say all the time. Follow us on Instagram. And most important, until we sail into port again, God loves you. We do too. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you next time.
This podcast is brought to you in part by Russell Lands, Coke, Buffalo Wild Wings, Southern Immediate Care, Guaranteed Labels, Central State Bank, Sunrise Docks, Banker's Bounty, Dr. Thomas Dudney, and the Green Monster Fishing Light.
B-U-double-B-A on the lake, hey, wishing I could listen to the show every day, hey, gotta hear what Bubba and his buddies gotta say on B-U-double-B-A on the lake, in the Mellow Yellow studio, putting on a show. Betty say, what? She always on the go. We got Hunter Bus sitting at master control, don't wanna miss a moment, cause Bubba's got the flow. B-U-double-B-A on the lake, hey, wishing I could listen to the show every day, hey, gotta hear what Bubba and his buddies gotta say on B-U-double-B-A on the lake, hey, B-U-double-B-A, hey, B-U-double-B-A, hey, B-U-double-B-A, hey, B-U-double-B-A on the lake, hey.